Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again for our next episode of Spilling Secrets from the Spa Aestique. And today we're going to be talking about the Sciton BBL Laser. And the Sciton Laser has 3 different modalities: Forever Young, Forever Clear, and Forever Bare. And we're going to be giving you a little education on each one of those throughout this webinar. Is your skin not looking its best? Do you feel like tanning beds and sunbathing is all finally starting to come to the surface? Or do you have unwanted hair that you would love to permanently reduce? Now is the time to invest in yourself. So today, what we're going to be doing is talking about broadband light and how it works. We're going to address how it'll help your skin and the different types of treatments that you can use with the Sciton BBL laser. A picture is worth 1,000 words. We have some great before and afters to show you just how wonderful this laser is. And joining me today is medical esthetician Amy Albertson from the Aestique Shadyside office. Amy, we're so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us, and can't wait to take a piece of your knowledge about all this great stuff with the lasers.
Hello. I'm excited to talk about it. It's good treatment.
Good treatment. So let's start off here, the broadband light family. Can you tell us just a little bit about this?
Yes, BBL stands for broadband light, and we do 3 treatments with this broadband light. We have the Forever Young BBL, the Forever Clear BBL, and the Forever Bare, which is the hair reduction.
Perfect. Excited to hear all about it. So how is BBL different from the traditional IPL lasers that we hear about a lot in the med spa world?
When the BBL what came out from Sciton, they said it's a hybrid laser. It is the strongest laser on the market right now to treat things, and it doesn't have as much pain as the IPL did. BBL is more accurate and specific treatment compared to the IBL. And like I said, it doesn't have a lot of side effects or a minimal pain during the treatment and after.
Yeah, it's nice that there's not a lot of downtime with it, which we'll see too coming up. So one of the big questions people always ask is, how is it going to help my skin?
BBL uses heat and light to stimulate collagen production, giving you a more even monochromatic look, making your skin clearer, smoother, more vibrant, and younger looking.
So exciting. I can't wait to see the results. So the first part of it is the corrective part. Can you kind of walk us through a little bit about what this means?
You can say that normally corrective treatments are between 3 to 5 treatments. Everyone responds differently, but if your primary skin concerns are freckling or redness and rosacea, vascular issues where you have broken capillaries around your nose, this would definitely be a treatment for you. It will leave your skin looking more monochromatic, more evenly toned and smooth.
So let's jump into our first before and after.
This is a before and after that is from Sciton. As you can see, this woman has rosacea in her cheeks. It doesn't say how many treatments she's had. I've done this treatment to multiple people, and you'll see those slides later on in this show. But you can look at the results. It goes after the reds, makes your skin more monochromatic, glowy.
Yeah, she had a beautiful result.
Mm-hmm. And this gentleman has a port wine stain. We can also treat skin abnormalities, you know. I can just imagine his happiness after he had this done. Those are things that really bother people, make people self-conscious.
So just looking at this photo, a question comes up in my head. If this laser treats things like this and also hair reduction, if this gentleman wanted to grow a beard again after you treated that, could he not do that?
He will not grow hair back in the spot that he was treated. A lot of the men that I've treated, I use a white eyeliner and I go around the perimeter of where they want to make sure that they have their beard. Some men don't. I've had clients that have done consultations to have it all removed, all their whiskers.
Yeah, it's very cool. Well, he had a great result. I'm sure he was very happy with his treatment.
Now this gentleman, you can see, this is 2 months post 5 treatments. I mean, some people have much larger concerns. He has a lot of broken veins on the side of his cheek. So he did have 5 treatments, but the result is absolutely amazing.
And I think a good thing to note here is that everybody's different. Some people, like you said, might need 1, some people might need 5, and it's just results vary depending on an individual basis. So let's jump into this one. This is one of yours.
This is one of my guys. This gentleman had come in because he recently had his employee photo taken. And when he saw it, he could not believe how red his face was, and he didn't like it. So when he came in, I took these pictures in our Vizia machine, and it's much easier to see on the machine in person. I think it's sometimes a little harder on the computer, but he had tons of reds and broken capillaries, and he had a great result. The side view over here on the right side, it's just amazing. And the Vizia machine, I want to talk a little bit about that. I kind of think that that's like our little insurance policy. When you see yourself every day, you don't always notice changes in your skin. But when we bring you in, we want to take your picture in the machine called a Vizia. And what this machine does is it takes 3 photos of your face, the left, the center, and the right, and it puts those 3 photos through 3 different light filters: white light, cross-polarized light, and UV light, which enables it to see down into your skin to see sun damage. And it will also ask your birthday. So we want to compare you to everybody in your age range, so you have apples to apples. It will look at your texture, spots, pores, UV spots, red spots, brown spots, and you can really see how this laser works. And we'll bring you in 4 weeks after your treatment, take those photos again, and you can have pretty good before and afters.
It's pretty amazing when you get behind the Vizia and actually see the sun damage or any kind of issues you have that's underneath working its way up. And then our estheticians and our practitioners are so great because they can really come up with a good treatment plan to help minimize and clear that up and make it better. So, and anyone that wants to come in and have a complimentary Vizia analysis, we'll have our info up at the end of this, but please call us, email us, spotaestique.com. We would love to have you come in and see for yourself, because it's really an incredible tool.
You know, a lot of people have come in and said, "Oh, I didn't see much of a result." And once they see those pictures again, they're like, "Oh my gosh," you know?
Yeah, great.
So this is another one of my clients, and she was concerned about anti-aging, and she also had concerns about the reds in her cheeks. There's a lot of softening of the fine lines and wrinkles. I can really tell in her forehead and also around her eyes. And as you can see, you know, her skin's just glowy, more monochromatic and younger.
It's kind of amazing, you know, with fine lines and wrinkles. It's incredible.
And that's after 3 treatments. That was from March 10th and then November 6th.
And she's definitely one happy lady.
Mm-hmm. Now here's a client who has lots of pigment, and when you treat this pigment, what happens? It gets darker. It gets worse before it gets better, like a lot of things. You'll see the pigment will start to get darker, and you do not want to exfoliate. You want to let that just naturally slough off while you wash your face.
Yeah, that's an incredible result for even after 2 treatments, because it's unbelievable.
Here's another client, was a pigment, not one of our clients, a BBL photo from Sciton. She had lots of pigment on her cheeks. She had a very good result.
Definitely did.
And your eye color and your hair color and where you fall on the Fitzpatrick scale determines how we treat you. You know, whether you have blue eyes, green eyes, dark hair, light hair, we adjust the settings.
That's a really good point to bring up. And we, correct me if I'm wrong, Fitzpatrick 6 is not someone that would benefit from this treatment. We could not treat them.
No, we could not. They're too dark complected.
Okay. And it's not just for the face, which is so exciting.
No, people have lots of sun damage to their hands. I always say, if you want to know what your skin's going to look like down the road, look at your hands. So don't forget about your hands when you're treating your face. There might be a special at the end of this that you might want to get a hand treatment too.
And even the décolleté, like, people don't realize how much sun damage you get there, and it needs treated. It needs love too.
Your neck and your décolleté. People forget that. They worry about their face, and then all of a sudden, the better your face starts to look, the worse your neck and your chest start to look. So you got to do it all.
Absolutely. So let's talk about what Sciton is calling Forever Young, and what exactly is Forever Young BBL? What do they mean when they say that?
We're kind of like reversing the signs of aging. You know, the heat and the light stimulate collagen production, And you have corrective BBL, and then you have Forever Young BBL. So after we do these corrective treatments and we get rid of all the pigment and the reds, you need to maintain that. So you have maintenance. You want to do like 2 Forever Young facials yearly. You know, you can do them all year round. You just can't be tan, you know, and a lot of people don't go out in the sun, you know, 3 or 4 weeks, stay out of the sun, get your treatment, and then 7 to 10 days, you'll be okay. Just to make sure you wear your sunscreen.
So let's check out some results from the Forever Young.
Here's another before and after. This is compliments of Sciton also, but you can see she just looks younger. Her skin looks firmer, more monochromatic.
Yeah, it even has like a glow to it. It's a really pretty result.
I had the pleasure of a client coming in who lived in Switzerland, and she's been doing Forever Young BBLs for 10 years. She hadn't have a wrinkle on her face.
Wow. And that's also like Patrick Bitter, who's the godfather of the BBL. I mean, his skin looks amazing, and he does them all the time.
Exactly.
Not sure how old he is, but he looks like he's an infant with that beautiful porcelain skin.
And these are some great photos courtesy of Nadine, and she performs BBLs out in at our Greensburg spa. And you can see this person had that age spot on her face and how much it's lightened. It's amazing. Very good result. Freckles.
Yeah, it's really incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing how much that lightened.
Oh,
Really, and I'm sure like that's probably
stubborn. You know, I've had clients that you get it and like literally one treatment and it's all gone. And then some people have a little bit more stubborn. The damage is deeper into the skin. That's another thing the Vizio will show you. If it's gone down in the deeper layers of the skin, how bad the sun damage is determines how many treatments you're going to need, you know?
that's definitely a great result by Nadine. This is actually my face.
This is Briana.
Me.
Treatment. She just come back from the beach and she has some pigment popped out in her face. She waited a few weeks when she got back, about a month or so, and gave her a BBL, and she was glowing afterward.
Yeah, it was, you know, you really have to wear your sunscreen. And if you don't reapply, you should be reapplying 2 hours. That was the mistake I made. And I was out in the sun, and it only took one time of that, and all of my pigment popped out. But so lucky that we have a modality like this that can help, because it's just unbelievable how it changes up the look of your complexion, everything, tone, texture.
It keeps working. Like, you know, you see the after you come back for your second treatment after 4 to 6 weeks, and you get your photos and you can see how much it worked. But the softening of the fine lines and wrinkles, you know, it comes down the road. It's not like you get the treatment and it's done. It just keeps working. It takes a while to stimulate all that. It takes 5 to 6 months to induce collagen and elastin from a BBL. So you're going to continue to see the results.
Yeah, that's so awesome. It really is. It's incredible.
Here's another photo, some aging skin and some pigmentation, age spots.
I think a good thing to see even from this is you don't have to be a certain age to have this done. I mean, if it's something that really bothers you, there's definitely a way to treat it, and doesn't matter what your age is.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my favorites. This is Amy's one of her really great results.
We did this at our Love Your Face event last October 16th. See, I remember what the day was. And this is one of my clients, and she agreed to be my model. She had tons and tons and tons of pigment. And this is my favorite result I've ever had. I mean, as far as sunspots go and freckles and things. This is the day of, and this different lighting, but 3 days post, you can see how all that pigment has come to the surface and gotten dark. She was worried. She was scared. She called me on the phone in the morning and she said, "Oh my God, I look like I have mud on my face." And then 7 days later, you know, you can see she had a beautiful result.
Yeah, that's unbelievable from one treatment, and after she had her others, just even better. And you can see her fine lines and wrinkles even look improved already just from one. It's like,
absolutely, if you can get this from one, why wouldn't you have a whole package? I mean, I mean, sometimes people say, "Oh, I just want this one spot taken care of," but this is such good anti-aging for your whole face. It would be silly just to treat one spot. You would always just do your whole face.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Sometimes when I hear people saying that, it's like, well, if you were going to clean a window, would you just clean one spot, or would you clean the whole thing? So then you can, yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. Yes, she had a great result, and boy, was she so happy.
Oh, look, these are lots of familiar faces. We have Dr. Lazaro and Dr. Camp. Katie's giving Dr. Lazaro a BBL facial, and that is me giving Dr. Camp a BBL.
Yep, and even our surgeons want to be forever young, and just like our tagline, we're all about live life counterclockwise. So they do partake, and they love it. It's a great treatment. So now we talked about that, let's go into the next kind of modality in the forever clear, which is the acne.
Acne is one of the most common skin concerns, I would say, in America. 50 million Americans. Acne is the most common skin condition in the US. I know I had a huge problem with acne. That's how I ended up in this career. I've changed my career at 40 because I love aesthetics, and I want to help people that have acne concerns. And one of the ways we can do that is with the laser. We do forever clear facials, and this is using a 420 filter. It's ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light is blue light. It kills the acne that causes bacteria. We recommend you do, up to 5 treatments.
Yeah.
Part.
And as always, with anything like this, coupling it with the Zeo Skin Health line that we have that's the best thing to do, because you're just protecting your investment.
If you really want to get good results for all of these treatments, you want to use a good skincare line, and Zeo is a physician grade line that will help increase your cell turnover, and it makes your skin stronger. And I always give people this analogy of 2 people that are retired, and one gets up and goes to silver sneakers every day and one doesn't. And if they both fall and break their hip, who's going to recuperate faster? It's the same thing with your skin. You use a good skincare regimen, you use a good skincare line. 80% is what you do at home. You get your skin strong and healthy, and it's going to respond better to treatment.
Absolutely. And this is such an incredible result from Sciton.
Yeah, this is 1 month post 9 treatments. That's like night and day.
Yeah, definitely. And it's hard. I mean, acne is definitely, it hurts your self-confidence. So I can only imagine how great she felt after this.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
And even if, not so much in younger people, but, there's adult acne,
Yeah.
You get a good result too.
Hormonal acne is a thing.
There's another great before and after.
Yep, this was from Maria Sidoni's our nurse practitioner in Aestique Shadyside, and did some forever clears on this client, and it looks night and day. Okay, so we talked forever young, we talked the corrective vascular, we talked about the acne, and now we're going to talk about all that unwanted hair that we don't want anymore.
This is what I keep telling people to do. Before it turns gray, you got to get your forever bare hair removal, because once it turns gray, you can't do it. It can also be used on the entire body, in the underarms, arms. I've done legs, bikini lines. You can do backs. Some men need some back hair removal.
Let's talk about what you just said for a minute, because it's a really good point to bring up. When you're gray, you can't do it. So what about if you're blonde hair or red hair?
No, not as much. It has to find that pigment. Red, probably reddish brown, auburn, yes. But if you're blonde or silver, it's going to have a very, that light, that laser's attracted to the pigment, just like a freckle and just like a red in the skin. When you get into those silvers and blondes, it wouldn't work.
Good to know. Ooh. Let me go back to this. This is a good result. Nobody wants armpit hair that's a female.
Underarm. Before.
Yeah. Good.
Everyone says, I had a lot of clients that have come in for laser hair removal, and they say that they've been treated by a lot of different lasers, and this is much, much, much less painful.
It's a good point actually to bring up too. I'm glad you said that, because with this laser, for any of the modalities that you do you have to numb for it?
No, actually they do not require you to numb, and you shouldn't, because a lot of people get red and irritated from the numbing, and it causes more of a target, which would make the treatment more painful.
Yeah, well, it's good to know. And these are some great results too, of the legs and the abdomen. And all the men's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Back. So how many treatments would you need with this?
Well, you want to hit this at a growth cycle between 4 and 6 weeks, and a minimum of 4.
Yeah. This is a great result.
You also shave prior to treatments because you want a little bit of stubble there. You got to find that pigment.
Perfect. So let's talk about post-treatment. What do you tell your clients to do after they had this treatment done?
After you have had your treatment, number one, you always want to make sure that you stay out of the sun and you wear your sunscreen. Even if you're not sunbathing, you have to wear sunscreen every day because you have to protect your skin from all different damaging lights, whether it's HEV, IRA, UVA, UVB. So you always wear your sunscreen. You do not want to drink red wine or any type of alcohol that makes you flushed. Anything that you eat makes you flushed. If hot foods make you flushed, because you could, if you increase, like when you exercise and you get your blood flow up, you could reinflate any veins that have been treated. And you do not want to exfoliate or pick at any of the pigment that's coming to the surface. You want to let it fall off by itself. After 10, 14 days, 14 days you can exfoliate. You can wash your face and you'll see it start to come off, and use a lot of hydrating cream, which always helps the skin heal faster.
Definitely. And just to reiterate on this is specific to like Forever Young, the corrective, and more of that type of treatment. Would you recommend this for doing Forever Clear or doing Forever Bare?
Definitely the sunscreen, and definitely the staying out of the sun.
Yeah.
But when the getting flushed and exercising and those things, got a great treatment. You want to get your best results. You can take off exercising for 24 to 48 hours. It wouldn't kill you.
Some people would beg to differ. So let's talk about contraindications.
Okay, we do not want to do this treatment on anybody who is tan, uses self tanners, people that have melasma, anyone who's pregnant or breastfeeding. You don't want to do any of those things. Melasma is hormonal, and the BBL will actually make that worse. And if you treat tan skin, you could burn. The laser will burn you.
And it's interesting with self-tanners. People will say, well, but I don't understand. It's not really on my skin, but you are creating more of a target by having that on there. So
exactly,
something to stay away from. Well, that was so much fun. That was so much great information. I love it. I love the before and afters. I think it's a great treatment, and we are so lucky because we have wonderful providers in both our Greensburg and Shadyside location that can help you achieve these types of results. So let's make another date, and you can schedule your complimentary in office or even a virtual consult if you wanted to stay at home still. We're happy to do that. You can email thespa@aestique.com. If you want to go and check out our page, go to thespa.aestique.com, and you can learn more about the BBL and all of the great information that you learned today. You can see written up there. But we would love to have you in, even for a Visia. Coming in and doing the Visia analysis, it takes about 30 minutes, and you can even get a printout of your results. It's such a great tool because you just don't realize all of the things that are underneath your skin and the great things that we can do to help you. So everybody's favorite part, these are the webinar specials. So because you watched this today, we have some great offers for you. The first one's on the Forever Young. So it's a package of 3, and it's $13.50. And buying that package of 3, you can receive your hands or your neck for free for each one of those treatments, which is a huge value. And like Amy said before, a lot of times when people treat their face and then they start to notice their neck and chest more, and if you want to see what you're going to look like, look at your hands, and it'll give you a pretty good glimpse of what your skin's going to look like soon. And for the Forever Bare, which again is for the laser hair removal, it's buy 3, get 1 free. So we have small, medium, and large areas, and you'll see the value of each of them. And lastly, but not least, the Forever Clear, which is the acne treatment. It's buy 4 and get 1 free. So you'll get 5 treatments for $1,200, and you'll have a coach with this along the way as well that can help guide you and get you on the Zeo skincare to help protecting your face and skin. But yeah, exciting stuff. If you want to take advantage of any of these offers, you can email us at thespa@aestique.com, or you can give us a call in either our Shadyside or Greensburg location. We would be really happy to help you and walk the journey with you. So just some reminders, we have our plastic surgeons that also spill secrets, and their next one's going to be really great. It's on Thursday, June 25th at 7 p.m. and it's called Botched, Why Credentials Matter. And it really is important that you know who you're seeing as your plastic surgeon. You want to make sure they're board certified by the American Board of Plastic Surgery, and really lots of great information in there. And we're going to show some before and afters that you really won't believe. So tune in for that. So I just want to thank you, Amy. This was so great. So much information, so exciting. You can see how passionate you are about what you do. So it's fun. And anybody that knows Amy, she's a lot of fun. All of her clients love her. I think she has every client's cell phone number and they chit chat all the time. So it's
Yeah,
great.
I tell people when I do those BBLs, I'm like, it's like putting a cake in the oven and not seeing it come back out. So I'm constantly texting you or calling you and saying, well, what's your skin look like? Send me a picture. You don't want to wait for the whole 4 weeks. I want to see the transformation.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's exciting. And it's exciting that you love it so much. You can tell how much you love what you do. So follow us on social media if you do not already. We have so much great information that we're putting out all the time. Aestique Medispa is the name for Facebook and also for Instagram. And our YouTube channel is Aestique Medical. Tons of great webinars on there. That is shared with our plastic surgery practice. So you'll be able to see even all of their webinars, some great do-it-at-home treatments that we did, and chock full of info. So thank you, Amy. And thank you to all of you for watching. We hope we help you live life counterclockwise. Bye.